up to, bro?
Let me just stick my foot there.
Are we all in?
Oh man, this is. I think 4 is definitely the max.
Are you going?
Bro, it's like sitting in a
Okay,
plane.
I got you, Devin.
Wait, so we're not gonna like discuss anything before we're just.
All right, what do you want to discuss, Brody?
This is
Dude,
your
I'm gonna
podcast.
go blind. I'm gonna
That's
wear
crazy.
sunglasses. Oh, Reeve, come on.
Now, how does your podcast usually start?
Someone didn't watch.
He says
the
hello.
podcast.
I say welcome.
I look like Tom Cruise.
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Just put the mug down.
Hello, welcome to the Coming to Terms podcast with your host Brent Rosario
And your co-host Reif.
We have, as you can tell, we have 2 amazing guests. Let me first introduce the Mr. Sanders. He's a well-renowned, renowned golfer. I'm sorry. You
say gopher or golfer?
Golfer. He also does amazing artwork. He also creates amazing sketches. And then we also have
That took a while to
Brody
build.
Mascarenhas. And his...
You did have to emphasize the last part, bro.
It's not how you pronounce
Brody, he got something going on. He might be like a host of like another podcast.
I don't got much going on.
Yeah, Brody. Yeah, he's like a fries worker or something. He might also
Not like
be
you kind of work for me or anything, Rance.
a host for another podcast, possibly called Film Brew, with another friend of ours, Jason Perez. So you might want to check that out if you want to.
If you want to.
They still exist.
Did I miss anything, guys? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Is that a picture of Reef?
That is a picture of Reef.
Which
That
one?
That's crazy.
Yeah, right there.
No, that's me.
Did I miss anything about you guys? Devin, did you want anything else?
Nah.
Brody? Did I miss anything?
No, you got everything.
You got anything?
You
Cart
got
pusher?
everything.
Cart
Damn.
pusher.
I think Brody seems
Fries.
upset.
He takes my hats.
Why is everything so like personal with you? Like for the last few days.
All right.
This guy's been a bitch.
All right, Brody. Okay.
Now we have an explicit
All
rating.
right. Now we have to.
Oh, you
now
can't
it's not
curse.
Wait,
friendly.
we can't.
I'm just kidding. We're just kidding.
But I thought this was back in the
No, we're
journalism
just
days. You gotta
kidding.
be careful.
We're just kidding. All right,
Just kidding.
Devin, give me something. What's been going on in your life?
I got honestly nothing. It's just been
Nothing?
the same old, same old.
Same one. What do you
Minus the
do on your
school.
spare time?
I just draw.
Draw.
Pretty much. Or I go outside.
Go outside. What are your plans for the future? What do you plan on doing?
I have no idea.
No
Wherever the
idea.
wind takes me, I guess.
Anything in store? College? Work?
Yeah,
Trade
any
school?
future plans that you want to possibly air out?
Yeah.
Bro, I got no idea. I'm just floating right now.
Love it. Okay.
So I literally
Let the guy float.
You should talk to your physician. That's not normal for
Shut up, Reef.
a human.
All right, Brody. What's been going on in your life?
I got a lot going on in my life.
Okay. All right. Talk about it. Talk about
You
it.
know,
Are you floating too?
I am floating, but in a much different way.
No, he's sleeping.
I am sort of sinking in sorrow and whatnot. But
Damn.
I got a lot of. This may come as a surprise to you, Rance, but I have a lot of projects I'm working on.
Ooh, let's talk about them.
Well, one of the projects is back on Film Brew.
Mm-hmm.
You might have heard of us. And basically, we got more content coming to you soon if Rents, gives in. We'll talk about what that means later.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what
Besides
that means.
that, I got music coming out soon,
Music,
and
okay.
I'm working on a film with your own Guy Ritchie here.
I'm Guy Ritchie.
Richard.
That's my wife.
Richie!
Well, what's the film about? If you want to talk about it, or unless you want
It's
to keep
too
it
complicated for your audience.
Too complicated.
Shut. Just can you talk?
It's okay. So the film we're working on, it's a day in the life type of film. It's a very much a slice of life style, and it's
What does that mean for the people who don't understand?
it's a dialogue driven film about characters and the day of their lives, 24 hours into the lives of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are your future plans for Film Brew? What are you planning on changing, or what are your plans?
We're planning on changing some of the crew, and we might fire some people. But beyond that, we got more videos at the drive-in
Who's
series is
getting
coming
fired?
back. We just have this,
Now we're gonna tell
little
Hannah this.
production.
Sorry.
Yeah, Hannah's the one being fired.
Damn.
All right, keep going, Brody. Sorry, I was interrupted.
And yeah, so basically we're gonna have like at the drive-ins coming back soon. The actual podcast will be back, and we could hope some of our production assistants get their act together, and we could get the shit rolling again.
All right.
I feel like he's alluding to you, Renz.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, I didn't say. That never came out of my mouth.
Well, Reef, what have you been up to in the past span of, what is it, 20 hours?
Yeah,
Since the
guys,
last
so what's
episode?
happened?
20 hours?
I found love. I'm kidding. Well, I'm recording. I don't know. Working on this podcast.
I found love, guys.
I need a new job because my job's seasonal and I need money.
You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about our jobs, okay?
Yeah.
Reef works at where?
The Buckeye Aquatic Center.
Okay, Brody?
I work at Kroger's.
Let's elaborate. Let's get a little deeper.
Kroger's?
I'm not gonna say. I work at Fry's Marketplace here
Okay.
in Watson Road.
Devon?
I get my money my own ways, bro. I don't.
Amen.
I don't like
He
to.
floats.
He floats. And then I'm unemployed.
You've been giving me shit for working at Fry's, and your ass is unemployed right now.
It's actually really crazy right now. We're kind of having a Fries reunion.
Fries, you.
Besides,
Oh shit, that's right.
Reunion besides Devon, but
I only worked with Reef though. I never actually worked with you.
I wonder why. I don't know why.
Katie is now. Wait, I don't know if I should say that. It's
Wait.
on the podcast. A certain friend of ours is now working at Kroger's as well.
As a
Starbucks.
barista.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
My dream job. She took it from me. She stole it. She
Stole
gets
it.
paid more than I do.
Yeah, but like 20 cents. It's like 13 an hour.
Alex
yeah,
is
I
not
get paid
pushing
$10
cards.
now.
Yeah.
And,
Carts isn't that bad. Like if I push myself to that heat, I just feel like a superhuman sometimes. And,
No, because like when they had this rule change when me and Reef were there, and obviously you were still there, Brody, but you don't care about the rule. Like you could only go with 2 people. Well, you couldn't go with 2 people. You're only supposed to go with just yourself.
Well, I
which-
never did with 2 people. That's like never affected
Well,
me. I
me
always
and
did by
Reef did
myself.
that because it was so boring, and it was
I
like,
never listened to the rules. I just went out and never went back in.
That's
that
what I
too.
did. I
but it was
spent the
like
whole time
really hot.
outside.
I mean, when we did it, it wasn't too hot compared to now. But
Like
this
it's
is
such
the-
an easy. Like I don't get paid a lot, but like. It's so easy. Like the job is
Well,
so
it's
fucking
easy.
I could call off whenever I want to. I could go inside, take a bathroom break. I could just go inside for like 10 minutes and no one will say shit about me, and then I'll go back outside. Like no one fucks with you there. Like,
For a
it's
minute.
so fun.
from below.
I shouldn't be sent. No, they're not gonna fucking come across this fucking video.
Actually, I have the whole CEO watching the podcast.
I don't give a shit about no CEO.
Fuck the CEO.
Okay.
It's about the front end manager that I care about. My life is ran by the front end manager.
It's not the Fries CEO. It's
The
the
CEO
front
can't do
end
shit.
manager.
Honestly, Brody, I think like if you stay there for another year, you're gonna be a front end manager.
No, I'm planning on quit. My goal that I stated beforehand still stands. I've told everyone this. I'm gonna quit when college starts.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been my original plan, and I'm just sticking out with it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to the
I'm gonna
top-
make movies eventually, guys. I'm not gonna work at Fry's.
Speaking
the rest
of
my life.
movies, speaking of making movies, let's talk about the topic of today's episode. We're gonna be coming to
2
terms-
topics actually.
2 topics
Right?
for 2 guests. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I found love recently.
We're
guys.
coming to
love
terms
you,
with love.
guys.
No, we're talking about coming
I'm
to terms
kidding.
with film and guess this loneliness. We'll
Guess
see
this
how-
loneliness.
Guess this. That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
We'll find a
Yes.
way to
Damn.
integrate both of those together, but I don't know how to do that.
really
but
sad.
we'll figure it out.
Films
So-
of loneliness.
Let's start with Reef. What is your experience with film and your relationship?
Film, I've been watching movies since I was a little kid, but like not like just the way, but I've watched so many movies where at a point I was just all like I want to make them as a future. So all my life I've just been into film.
What age did you start feeling like you wanted to make film?
Probably like 7th grade, because I always because I'd watch these TV shows like The Walking Dead, and Game of Thrones, and I was like, this is really cool. So then I started out liking wanting to be doing TV, but then I started liking film more. So weird story is like from 7th to freshman year, I would create movies inside my head and then play in my head, like I was daydreaming. So it was a weird experience. I thought like, hey, this is kind of cool.
All right.
So let's just make film. I don't know how.
It's fine.
You're fine.
It's fine. Keep going.
Why are you laughing?
I'm not.
But I don't know. I've always enjoyed film. I've always just recorded stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of my film came from school projects. I just record stuff and make something on iMovie.
Shout out to Chapman.
Chapman.
And yeah, I would just like make stuff on
Film
iMovie
teacher.
and just like put it on there. But
Like a weird culture.
I don't know.
The Chapman Cult.
Chapman, cool.
Miss you,
I
Chapman.
think that's how like it always starts with like people want to make films. Just like growing up, you just have these little. You'll be in class or whatever, and you have those little daydreams, just this little story in your head.
Yeah.
You decide if you want to go further with it, or you just want to. Well, yeah, have these
I
little
heard.
ideas.
I heard that there's people who like daydream in words, like it's like audio, but like some people also daydream in like visually.
That's what I do.
There's,
I literally just played a movie inside my head and then constantly just write up stuff that would come around. Okay, another thing, I would daydream talk shows. Like I was on a talk show.
Were you like a host?
Yeah, like with Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon.
Would you be a host or were you a guest?
I was a guest.
Oh, you're
I wasn't the host.
You were never a host.
No.
So I would do the exact same thing,
No,
but like
no issue,
instead of
bro.
Steve Harvey, it was me. In Family Feud, it would be like
What?
It would be me doing. No, I would actually like. That's how I envisioned it. Like
You
it was
envisioned-
me. Yeah, because like I was in a talk show,
I know, I'm
but
a
I was
guest.
the host. That's why I asked that, because I would be the host. Be like, you know, I would be doing one of those.
I daydream that I have little conversations with Martin Scorsese sometimes.
Hey man.
Is that your Scorsese?
Trying to do a Scorsese.
Basically, it's like, yeah, wow,
Wow.
wow.
Okay,
All
well,
the movies are shit.
Marvel movies are
Fucking
like
all right,
theme park
Brody.
ride.
All right, Brody. What is your experience in your relationship with the film?
kind of a broad question there, Rance.
Answer.
God damn.
I guess my relationship with films is I'm gonna try to make this as short as I can because I kind of relate
Nah,
to
let's go in
Reef.
depth. Wow, we have no time limit.
All right, well, you said so. So basically, I have like a kind of the same
God
story with
damn it.
Reef. Is like
Damn.
I kind of started out growing up watching films. It's always been like a thing in my childhood. Some kids have like cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
My dad took me to go watch Tarantino's and Rodriguez's double feature Grindhouse when I was only like 8 years old or something.
That was a brutal movie.
Yeah, so like that was my childhood, and it did good for me, It helped me have an open mind from the youngest age. I grew up watching films.
That's a lie, dude.
Okay, like I meant in terms of like, all right, okay,
Are you correcting Brody's young life?
Well, he doesn't have the openness.
I
The
now
openness in
have.
mind. That's not- I'm like,
Do I
that's a lie,
judge
bro.
people when they say their favorite movie is?
Yeah.
I don't. I have strong opinions. I like to put it. Okay.
Okay.
Because like
You
I
do
always
it. You
watch.
do it with movies and music.
Okay, no, but like I watch and I listen to the music they bring up.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have an opinion. I have an open mind because I go watch the movie they talk about or I go listen to the album they talk about. Do I end up not liking it most of the times? Yes. Do I make it clear that I don't like it? Sometimes. But like I have an open mind by going into it. And
Okay.
that's
Okay.
maybe it did end up for the worst growing up with these films that I grew up with, but like it kind of shaped who I am.
Right.
I was always creative. I was always visual since I was a kid, and growing up I became more of a writer. I began writing from a young age, and I still do to this day. And so it's become very special.
Chicken scratch, you right. Chicken scratch.
Chicken
Oh.
scratch.
I'm sorry, that's all I could think
That's
about,
your
bro.
handwriting.
No one needed to read my handwriting because I knew what I was writing.
That's
that made
true.
me
What else
stressful.
Are you sure?
Now I write on my laptop on Word documents, so now no one could judge me in my handwriting no more.
That's what's up, Brody. That's what's up.
Exactly.
I mean, look at what film has done. You have a podcast called Film Brew. You're making a film with Reef. Like it has affected your life a lot.
And it's always been since I was a kid, and still to this day, the one thing in my life that I truly want to do. Because again, I make music, and I do podcasts and whatnot. I make little, like, Rence's dream is to become a content creator, right?
Mm-hmm.
I make some content here and there, but, like, my main goal in life is to make films, tell those stories in that way.
That's cool.
That's really cool. Well, Devin, how about you? What is your relationship with film? Is it in depth, just like Brody? Talk to us about it.
Oh, I just like watching movies. I don't really go like in depth or like I just like I don't know, it ruins it if I go like too deep into it or like a superhero movie or a Quentin Tarantino movie. If I try to go like
analyze every single detail,
it just ruins it, bro. I just like watching the movie.
Devin, do you like going to the movie theater?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still go?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the last movie you watched?
Oh,
Minions?
no, I have not seen that.
That would be funny.
Sonic 2.
Yeah. Rate the film. Live.
Ooh. I don't know. It was like 7. We kind of just like were poking fun at the film,
yeah.
like while we were watching it. Like every time, like someone would have it, I'd like throw popcorn just because and then Keenan would like say some shit or I don't know. We were just making fun of that film.
So it's more of like a. It's just more of like.
Hey man, I love that movie.
You've watched it?
Goddamn.
Sonic 2, yeah.
Okay. So like
Nice.
like watching film is more of like a chill thing. It's not nothing you think too deep about. It's just
just like movies.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah. You ever thought
sometimes-
about like making it as a career or anything like that?
Nah.
No?
Like sometimes I'd like I'll be in class. I just doodle up like a fight scene or something. I don't know, like a storyboard of all that stuff. That's about it.
That's about it. I mean, I don't think everyone is like. Obviously, no one's. Oh, like not everyone is like in depth with film or everyone. It's like more casual. Like I'm the same way. I'm like I don't think like Brody or Reif does about movies, right? I'm more of a Devin type where I just like I sometimes just poke fun at the movie. Like if I watch Sonic, I haven't watched it, but like I would probably have a good time just like poking fun at it.
Yeah.
So it's not like for me. I'm more of a also like Devin. I'm just like chill when watching movies. I don't think too much into it, but just the art and being able to present like a message through film. That's what I love about it, and that's why I'm doing it as a career.
It's cool.
See, I do that. I would like to do that, but like with drawing, or like something in animation or something like that, like comic books, like that. Other than that, like movies, that's like too much. Like I don't know.
True.
Do you want to go to
like
art
really
school, Devin?
Oh no, I don't know. I can't like. I don't like people like teaching me like how to draw something or like how to do something like a certain way, especially like.
Fuck you, Chapman.
We love you though.
We love you.
Especially like.
I hope he watches this documentary.
Like
no, not documentary. Podcast. We're not doing a documentary. We're making a podcast.
Yeah.
Like what? People trying to like teach you how to do something that's like an art form, like because it's like it's more like your emotion and like what you put into and like how you want to. So it's like hey.
Like so someone else telling you how to do your own art. It's just not.
Yeah, I got my way of doing things. Then I just do it like that.
It's like Scorsese has that great quote about film school. Scorsese's a master, man. Ain't no reason to laugh at the man, Scorsese. Because what he says relates to what you just said. He talked about the only reason to go to film school is not to be taught how to learn film, but is to get the equipment to make film. Because no one could teach you how to make a film, only you can. And that goes with all art forms. You know, you go to art school or film school to get like that equipment, but not to really learn.
Toxic waste.
Bro, I remember he had these at the stadium.
Really?
FBLA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. It looks like they wanted to have a taste of the toxic waste.
It's fine.
Sorry, Scorsese who?
No,
He just makes this old movies. He's the old man.
Now,
Don't even matter.
Brody, let me tell you about my favorite director, Christopher Nolan. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, he's one of the.
I don't know any of his quotes. I just know his movie. Oh, actually, no. Brody,
Go ahead, throw a Christopher Nolan quote at me.
you either die a hero or live long
That's a
enough to see
fucking.
yourself.
He didn't write that script. It was his brother who wrote that script.
They co-wrote it.
God damn.
All right.
Dark
well,
Knight.
at least we got that out of the way. How does film make or dictate how you guys feel? Because I know, like, has there been a movie that's done that for you guys?
Oh, fuck you. I'm not getting serious on this podcast.
Come
anymore.
on,
Oh,
bro.
dude,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
bro.
buzzkill.
Let's- You know what? Let's be serious, man. Let's be
You
serious.
buzzkill.
Let's be buzzkill. Yeah, Brody. What is one movie that really got you to change your outlook on life, or just just change your emotion, your feel?
There's one film that came out back in 2014 that I saw at my grandparents at the AMC theater.
Mm-hmm.
It's about these yellow dudes, and
I swear to God, I feel like I know
they
what
went
you're
to
gonna say.
England, right?
Uh-huh.
And basically try to kill the queen or something. It's called Minions.
Yeah.
A classic film. No, I guess a film that changed my outlook on life. Damn.
That doesn't even have to, change your outlook in life.
Or I guess
kind
a film that really
just change you,
it's a film that I guess changed the way I guess the easiest way to answer this question off the top of my head would be a film that changed the way I look at film. And I guess that would be I don't want to say his name, an old dude who made films back then.
Say his name.
He directed this film called Raging Bull, starring De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
And it really changed the way I looked at making films because Raging Bull, unlike most films,
I've not seen it.
is a film with its protagonist is a fucking awful dude. Like, it's so hard. He's unlikable. But the whole point of the film is you watch this guy's inevitable downfall in life. And it really changed the way I look at filmmaking because, I didn't think, like at that point in my childhood, I saw this film was 12 years old or something. At that point in my life, I didn't know you could make a film like that. I didn't know that was possible.
What was your perspective on movies before watching that movie?
At 12 years old, you kind of have that little thing that for a movie to be good, the protagonist has to be good, has to be likable. You have to enjoy watching it. And I guess Raging Bull was really that film that kind of churned everything for me. Because at the time I watched Raging Bull, I didn't like it that much until I got older.
Oh, try.
Jesus. Oh my God. Focus up, Devin. Focus up. Sorry, Brody.
What you say, bro?
Would you recommend?
I said Minions.
Would
I said
you
I like
recommend
Minions.
people to watch Raging Bull?
Yes, very much. It's an incredible performance, a well-edited film, probably the best edited film I've seen, an incredible directed film. It's one of the greatest films ever created. It's such a well-crafted piece of art.
What about you, Reef? What is one movie that...
Inception.
No, not Inception. Actually, I think I have two movies.
I guess it doesn't have to be a movie.
Does it have to be?
Just some sort of film.
I don't know. Just a film that I really liked.
What does that mean?
I was just thinking.
It doesn't have to be a movie. It could be some type of film.
Like a show.
So
I guess
any form of
if I'm gonna talk about
I
movie,
guess any form of media. Is that the right way?
Can I talk?
Sorry.
No, I'll talk about my favorite movie, and that's Zack Snyder's Justice League, and not about the story, but what it was, the journey of that film. So, Brody, you know about it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, a little film called Justice League came out in 2017, but the director of it, Zack Snyder. It wasn't his cut; it was another director's cut.
Josh Whedon.
Hate Whedon so much. And then then 2021 we got the director's cut, which was Zack Snyder's cut. And when I watched it, it was so much more different. And
because it was 3 hours long.
It's 4 hours long. But no, in tone and in creativity, it was just I loved how Zack Snyder stayed true to himself. Because when the director's cut came out, I was worried that it was going to be as jokey as 2017 Justice League. Because I thought he'd follow the studio. But the thing is, I'd like to say about Zack Snyder's Justice League is what made me change my perspective on life was stay true to yourself. No matter what the product is, the critics can say whatever, but it's make that film into yours. And I feel with Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's not the most perfect movie, but I love how Zack Snyder created the film that he wanted, and it just made me realize I gotta stay true to myself and whatever film I make, it's got to be my vision. I don't care what a studio says or what criticism. Just make whatever's gonna make me feel proud of myself, I guess. So, yeah.
That's really important, especially today where that's really hard it's comic book film no less. It's really hard to do.
Yeah. And I just. Yeah.
A comic book film? Do you think it'd be hard to do for a comic book film?
Yeah, when you look at it from... Because how many comic book films beyond, Zack Snyder and Nolan are really made by directors and other than studios?
Yeah. I think another film that made me change my perspective on life was
the new
Thor movie.
For sure.
I watched Thor: Love and Thunder. my perception of comic movies are at an all-time negative. I watched it and it was just jokes, visual effects, and just cameos, and it was like there's no story, there's no plot, there's like I don't care about these characters.
It's a Taika Waititi.
You say
film.
that I love that dude. I was talking to Reif about this other dude. I really enjoy his films, his New Zealand films. What We Do in the Shadows is one of my favorite comedies of all time. I absolutely love that film. And then Thor Ragnarok came out, and I was not a fan of that film, which that made me a little sad because one, it got a lot of praise from a lot of people, you know, like Thor: Love and God. I'm noticing it's not getting as much praise, but or whatever the fuck it's called, Jesus and whatever, and so it's not getting the praise Ragnarok got, and I'm not gonna go see it, but I saw Ragnarok because I'm a fan of the director, and at the time I was still kind of into Marvel films at the time when it came out, and I did not enjoy it, like, because it didn't feel like his film. Like, it didn't feel like what I've seen
more
from
like
him.
the studio than a director.
Like, it felt like a Marvel film that he was a part of, not his film that just happened to be a Marvel film. It felt like Marvel was placed first before his vision, which, I mean, of course I could be wrong about that, but that's just how it felt watching it from a perspective of like, knowing his other works.
That's like Multiverse of Madness. It had Sam Raimi's style, but it wasn't like his film. Like they incorporated his style, like the camera work, the camp, the camp or whatever. But it wasn't like a story from Sam Raimi. It was just like a script from the studio. Just add your style to it, I guess.
What about you, Dan? What's your take on this? It sounds like you have a different take.
And this is a safe space.
No. I mean, it's Marvel. They're trying to, they're doing like a bigger story, trying to do like another Endgame or like something else. So, you could say, the movies aren't, the director's vision or whatever. Because, you also, you got to keep in mind there are comic books that they got to kind of follow. And there's a storyline that they kind of, trying to go towards. And if you just, take away, like, the big story, if they're just doing like movies.
Well, I think it's less about the story and more about the money.
Yeah, I think
it's whatever they can sell.
It just sounds like they just want to make as much or like appeal to the masses, which I don't know if that's really a bad thing, but
more about the money than the art. Like, that's my problem with Marvel and why I prefer DC more. It's because at least DC, they have their stupid DCEU, but I like how they give chances to Matt Reeves or Todd Phillips to make these sort of indie superhero films. And it's different, and I like different because, like, that's my problem with Marvel movies, because it feels like I'm watching the same thing over and over and over. So, it's just like, I think, honestly, Marvel killed cinema. The whole shared universe, it became less about film and more of a shared universe, because shared universes made money.
Because there is of course, what like Ren said, there's an argument like it's for money, which is true, and it's not our place to say if that's good or bad or not. It's but because like that's an opinion if it's good or bad that they're doing it for money. Right. But the fact is, they're taking a lot of money from independent films and a lot of other films made by actual artists and visionaries, and like, get back to the whole thing about like a director's vision over like comic books and stuff. You could always look back at the Dark Knight trilogy, which, in my opinion, after rewatching them for like, because my taste on cinema has grown so much since I was a kid, but I've seen the Dark Knight films when they came out. I've rewatched them not like a few months ago, and so I've seen them. My views on them have changed. They have changed, but my opinion on the films still stand. And what I've noticed is they very much feel like a Nolan trilogy than a DC trilogy, like it always had. It's a Batman trilogy, and it does Batman well, in my opinion. I am someone who reads comics, and so that's coming from me. I think The Dark Knight is very much a great comic book trilogy, but what I really like, what makes me love those films so much, is that they're Nolan's films, or Christopher Nolan's films, more than Warner Brothers films.
Do you guys feel like you are too critical, or is that even a thing? Can you be too critical on film, or is that like? Because I feel like someone from an outside perspective could seem like, or they could think that you guys are being too critical. But I don't know if that's
sometimes it's
an
not
average
that deep.
person could look at us and just say, "Why are you guys being critical?
Right,
it's
right.
just a superhero movie. It's made for family or whatever. You're being ridiculous."
Sometimes
it's
it's really not that deep. It's just
but
like,
I think at a
bro, you
certain
just watch
point,
it.
me and Brody get upset because it's all like, how is this film making this much money, getting this much praise, when there's little artists? A film that I watched this year, The Northman, came out in 2022. I love that movie so much. Like that was the last movie that impacted me emotionally, and just like the story was amazing. And the movie bombed at the box office, yet Thor: Love and Thunder is getting all this praise, all this appreciation. It's all like.
What's really sad about that is that that director, Robert Eggers, is never going to get that budget again.
Yeah.
For making such an incredible film, a really expansive piece of art. But it's difficult for modern audiences to really enjoy. Most audiences, well, and again, there's not, to clear up that critical statement, there's nothing wrong with going to a film just to enjoy it. But then you could look at it from their perspective. If I showed them The Lighthouse, or those people, like those hypothetical people who say I'm too critical on these fun films, and I love fun films, I love to have fun watching movies, but like if I were to show them Lighthouse or like a film like a David Lynch film, would they be too critical towards that as I'm critical towards their Marvel films? Or so I guess it could be like both ways sometimes, And I do admit that I could be a little critical on this, but it's a passion thing, Like I want to go into this world. I want to make films, but I'm not going to make the films that are making all this money. I don't want to make the films that are getting all the audience.
I mean, you don't got to. So,
And I think you can be a
but
little.
that's the sad thing is sometimes you do, because like look at Chloe Zhao and Barry Jenkins, two great filmmakers who made independent films within the last few years, are now going to the Disney route of things because it's very obvious that they will not be able to live off of the profits their original films made. And even Sam Raimi, such a talented filmmaker, after he made Doctor Strange, he automatically began working on this other horror film that he's always wanted to make for years now. So it's very obvious that he wasn't getting the money or the budget to make that film, so he went the Disney route to get that money for that film. And then Scorsese had to jump through loops, which I know you guys don't know who he is. But he's a very talented director with a lot of he's actually mainstream. He's not underground or anything. Scorsese's a very well-known person. He had to jump through loops to get The Irishman made until Netflix, the streaming service, finally bought it. Mike Leigh, who's a little bit more underground than Scorsese, still has been trying to get profits or a budget for his film for like 5 years now or 4 years now.
Well, you know what? This pops another question: is if movies that appeal to the masses or that get popular, are they considered good movies? Is that considered a thing, or is that like?
Well, that's all subjective. Like there's no like.
Yeah, like most Marvel
movies. It's up to
movies,
like personal opinion.
Kind of targeted towards like
mass
teens, like
And
kids who like, kids,
It's
or the
kids.
adults that have like kid brain. So like
Kid Brain.
kid brain.
yeah, so of course they're gonna make a lot of money, because kids are watching them. And it's like, Ma, Spider-Man, oh man, Iron Man, blah blah blah. Right? If you got like a very dark movie, I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it's easy to sell Spider-Man. Like
because it's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like
how are you supposed to sell
what the
a Martin Scorsese movie? Like kids don't want to watch some guy get his head shot.
Kids
maybe
are stupid,
some.
man.
Yeah.
Some kids are like that, Some
Fuck
kids.
kids.
Like, that's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
And people, if they're gonna go to the theater, they want to watch something big. Like an Endgame. All
like
this visual effects, all this. It's almost like these Marvel movies are almost like a soap opera. They want that cheesy, dramatic stuff, and like
That's interesting. I like it.
yeah, and these adults, and when you're an adult and you go to the theater, all this
The
money that
cheesy,
you earn, you
dramatic.
want to watch something that's gonna be easy. Like you don't want to think. I guess a Scorsese movie, you have to think. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, what you're saying is right, though. A lot of people don't like thinking, which is why I don't have like an answer for this. It's like there's no right or wrong to this, but it's like I think I have like a reasonable reason to be just a little concerned because again, this is the career I want to go into, and like I like again like there's no wrong doing with having fun with the movie, turn your head off and watch a film for a little while. But like, it's a little scary just seeing the way things are going in that industry, because I know like the thing that I want to do with my life, I'm probably not gonna make, not gonna be. It's not gonna be easy for me to make a living off of that.
But like, that's the thing though. Are you doing this because you like to do it and you like film and all this stuff, or you're doing it because like, the money? But like, if you're, let's say you do this, right? You make the films, right? You realize your films are not making that much money, blah 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 blah, and then you're not getting like paid for it.
Oh yeah.
And the question is like, are you do you really like? Fuck. How
do you like lean into it? Do you lean?
No,
Is that what you're trying to say?
The question is like, would you ever do what Raimi did? Like, you're gonna be making films and they don't make a lot of money. Would you ever go the Disney route so you can just get a living, or go the Disney route so you can start getting the funding for the films that you want to make?
Or just not? Yeah, I guess. But like if things are getting like tough, right? Nobody's liking your movies. Are you still gonna just keep making your movies because like that's the that's your passion? You like doing it, right? So like. Yeah. It shouldn't really matter if like those genres of movies are not hidden with the people with people.
Unless you can't live, that's just not
okay, then find something else.
But yeah,
like,
it's kind of sad.
But like, because if you make like, let's say like 3 movies that are like deep and like not like Marvel films or like wacky, like colorful, silly, right? You gotta like think, right? And they're not like hidden. They're not like popping off. They're not making like as much money as you want them to, and like seeing as like getting to the people as you wanted to. Like, are you gonna keep making them, or are you just gonna stop?
Like, do you give up if your films don't make?
I guess it kind of goes like what Ren said. Like, if I could make those films and make just enough money to be able to make another one and still be able to live the way I'm living, then yes. Because that's the main goal in my life, is to make these films. I want to do them, but the sad truth is like in this market, it's expensive. But if I have the ability, if I could just make enough money right above that line to maybe my film gets taken out of theaters in like 3 weeks, but like I made enough money to 1, pay the bills, and 2, have the support from some other studio to finance another film, then yeah. But if not, then I guess I'm gonna have to go back to Fry's, work there a little bit, profit, Fry's, and then make enough money to make another film and try it again. Because
so you would never like lean into like
sell out. You never like sell out.
Sell out for a period of time just to make movies that you want to. Or
I'd probably do the Tarantino route and write. I told Reif about this. Like the furthest I'd go was write a screenplay. I'd write a script. Because there's some great Hollywood filmmakers I love to work with, like Denis Villeneuve. I'd love to write a script for him and have him direct it. I'd probably go that route. Like I'd write scripts for the Hollywood producers and stuff, but I never direct for them.
Okay. Well, what about you, Devon? What films has changed your aspect of life? Or
I forgot the original question.
Yeah,
that was years ago.
Well, because I asked you guys, but I haven't asked Devon.
I mean, there's really
I think
nothing.
you literally asked Devon.
Nah,
did I?
No,
I didn't.
Okay.
I listened to y'all too.
Y'all too.
No, not really.
No?
I mean, I don't just like blatantly just like sit there and like watch it and just take it in and be like, oh, that was nice, and then walk out. Like I think about it a little bit, but like not too deep where it's like if fucking what's his face? Damn it, Sam Raimi. With Multiverse of Madness, I'm like, oh, it's not. Sam Raimi's name's a part of it, but it's not Sam Raimi. I don't care. Like there's a little hint of Sam Raimi stuff in there, which is nice, cool.
Have you ever watched a movie and it was like stuck in your mind for a while, like that made you think?
I don't know. I don't really like think about the message. I care more about like, I don't know, like actions or like fight scenes, like Jackie Chan movies or like stunts. I care more about that. Like if I see something like that in the movie, that would stick in my mind more than the message would.
Are you one of those guys that prefer like a stylish movie versus like the saying is style over substance over style? But like, do you like a movie with a lot of style?
Yeah, like a lot of. Yeah, like a lot of style. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to find an example.
Like, you don't really care about the story. You just, like, I guess, like, for example, like the Transformers movies. It was just action, you know? And
Yeah.
people just like the action. They
I mean, I didn't really like the
plot.
live action movies, but like
Yeah.
the old animated one from the 80s, that was nice.
Mm.
But that's animated, so it's kind of different.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what about animated movies? Like, what are you two?
I like them.
I got nothing.
I like the animated movies that have like a lot of heart to it, you know. Not the. I don't like. I like what Pixar used to do, but nowadays it's just like they got too Disney-fied, I guess. But Pixar used to. There are a lot of their animated movies like. They almost made me cry in a way. Like I like movies like
Dang.
Incredibles or Ratatouille.
Ratatouille
You know.
made you cry?
I didn't cry, but like
Well, like made you think?
yeah.
What? I'm honestly
real?
curious because I don't
Wow.
remember Ratatouille.
I think
just remember-
Ratatouille was probably the last great Pixar film.
You
What
watch
was
it?
the message on
What?
Ratatouille? I totally forgot.
What?
I genuinely do
Last
enjoy.
great Pixar film?
I in my personal
we gotta
opinion, I
get
think
a
it was
list
the
of
last
Pixar
really
films.
great Pixar film. Like since Ratatouille, and I guess Wall-E, even though the second half
Oh
of
my
that film
god,
kinda-
everyone says Wall-E's good, dude.
I
No,
guess
that's what I was gonna say.
see
I
it.
think the second half of Wall-E's kind of
I think
mid,
the whole
first
whole half of it.
half
is-
of it, like the
I like
love
when they make
story.
the garbage.
I really like the
The only part
love
that I thought
story
was
and
cool
shit.
was when they were dancing in space, and that was about it.
That's what I'm saying. That was really
And
cool.
all
you know?
I thought
I
was
like
funny
them.
was everybody was fat and on chairs. That was it. Other than that movie is boring.
I really like the homages though to like the golden age of Hollywood romances that the like a
Yeah, that-
Cary
that-
What
Grant,
was
Grace
that?
Kelly type
What'd you
of
say?
romance, like the
Homages? What
like
is
it was
that?
like an
Like
homage,
callback.
like the to like the golden age of Hollywood romances
okay.
between Eva and that Wally dude, robot dude. I really like
just
those
Wall-E.
parts.
It's just Wall-E.
I kind of like the movie Up. That was another big one.
Oh yeah, everyone loves Up. Everyone loves
Up was another Wally situation.
I like how
the
they-
first half is good, but the second half. Is...
They didn't shy away from death, you know, like
Like the first minute when it was like the husband and wife, like the montage where she was like young,
Right,
and then
they're
all the way to
together.
the
Yeah,
death.
see, I'm
that was
not-
cool.
I like
And
how
then other than
Pixar.
that,
I like how Pixar isn't afraid. They used to be not afraid to talk about adult subjects in a kids' film, you know. And
Oh, so you think now they're too afraid? Well, they don't do it as much.
a
I think
little-
they lost originality.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many original ideas you could do, like Talking Cat, Tom and Jerry. I mean, you've already done that.
No, but
Like,
that's
there's-
another thing. I hate those movies like Tom and Jerry.
I just mentioned
I love Tom and Jerry.
No,
I like
wait,
Wait,
watching
what
that as a
movie?
show.
Which movie? Tom and
the
Jerry.
live
Like-
action one.
Oh,
There's a live action
Yeah.
Tom and
There's a
I
live
Jerry.
know
action
that.
Tom and Jerry?
Yeah,
No
it
way.
came out in like 2020.
Hell
And I just
Don't look
remember,
this up. I don't want to
I'm
see
looking
this.
it up.
to see. But okay, my problem with kids movies nowadays, it's just live action remakes or just remakes.
yeah,
of
they've been doing
Tom
that
Oh.
recently.
Okay.
I miss the originality in animated stuff. So I like those animation movies that are original and there's a heart to it. And
Oh, Tom and Jerry.
Fantastic
the
Mr.
movie.
Fox. Is
They were
really
still
Yeah.
animated, but it was just in the
Oh, no.
real world, like Space Jam. That wasn't that bad.
And when
Like
people
Space
say
Jam.
like kids films,
Not Space
like
Jam
it's-
2. Space Jam 2 was trash. I'm sorry.
Who was the basketball player in the Space Jam 2?
LeBron
LeBron.
James.
Okay, I just wanted to remind myself. Of that. But like when people say like kids films only could do so much, I think about films like Isles of Dogs, which just came out like 2016 or like it didn't. It came out in the last decade, and like that film was
I like
so
Paranorman.
original. And Paranorman feels like Paranorman and like.
Or Coraline.
Coraline, which didn't
Yeah.
come out that long ago. It came out within our
What is that?
Spacing,
What,
but
what kind of type of movie is that called? It's like
stop motion.
Claymation.
Yeah, oh, that's
Claymation.
what it's called. Okay. I was just gonna ask that.
Shit, I realize every film that I've brought up is claymation. I
Yeah.
guess I have a soft spot for claymation, but I'm
I
sure
don't
there's
know.
like animated films that I
Claymation
enjoy.
kind of freaked me out, like a lot. I don't know. That
Yeah.
shit was kind of a little weird.
I
Besides, Nightmare Before Christmas, but that's classic.
That was Clay. Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Clay. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
Oh
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
That one actually looks so good that like you can just tell
That
me
was
it's
cool.
a computer generated. I'd be like, okay.
I just like that movie. That was just a good movie.
Paranorman's obvious.
Paranorman, I really had fun with that movie. See, I'm not for any audience members out there thinking I'm pretentious. I'm a fan of the film Paranorman. I really enjoy the film. I like creative films. I like originality in films, and like films like Paranorman, which came out in the last decade, they were creative. They were original, and It's always fun to enjoy a film like that, and without having a feeling like I've seen this before. Like it's hard. Like I'll admit, it's my problem I have. Like it's my issue. It's not their issue or anything. But I can't sit down and enjoy a film if I like feel like I've seen the same film so many times before.
I like a movie where you can just sit down and you can just breathe. You know,
you don't breathe.
Just breathe, but like
Nah, I don't breathe a lot, man. I gotta have a film on to be able to breathe.
But it seems like in these big budget movies, it's just storyline after the next. Like you got to move on to the next. You can't just breathe and sit down in a scene and just get to know these characters. So I like those movies where it's just.
You gotta have 5 films to understand these characters. You gotta have 5 different films to pay for to really understand the story.
Not that, but like one film. I don't know, but
do you guys have a guilty pleasure film or movie?
You ever seen the movie Showgirls?
Huh?
It's a great fucking movie.
What?
You ever seen Showgirls, Rance?
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's an incredible film.
Who was in that? Elizabeth Hurley?
Elizabeth Hurley or Berkeley, some shit.
Oh,
The film that ruined
Do you
her
have
career.
any guilty pleasure movies?
You don't get it, do you?
I mean, really, like guilty pleasures. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's made. Like, if you enjoy a film, no reason to be guilty about it. You know, just enjoy a film.
What about High School Movie? I mean, High School Musical.
High School movie.
High School movie.
I hate that.
High
I hate
School
High
That's
School
my
Musical.
guilty. That's how I would describe a guilty pleasure movie.
An embarrassing movie.
Because I enjoyed it. I
you
enjoyed it when
enjoyed
I was
that?
little.
Fucking
I enjoyed
idiot,
it. I
stupid
enjoyed
bastard. Feel guilty about
I
that.
enjoyed High School Musical. I enjoyed the Disney movies back they would show on Disney Channel. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, but don't feel guilty about that. Like,
Yeah,
this-
I mean-
Well, it's
I don't
what I'm
know.
saying that I don't actually feel guilty. I'm like, oh man, I freaking hate myself because I like High School Musical movie. You know, I don't. It's not. It's just a saying. I don't know. It's just something that not everyone considers as good.
I guess
But you enjoy.
John Wick. No, but John Wick is a good film.
The first one.
Nobody considers good, but you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You, Reef?
I don't think there's such thing as a guilty pleasure.
Whoa.
Sorry, fuck.
No, I mean like a movie that people seem to hate, but you like. Is that you don't have a movie like that?
I know for a fact you do.
I have the opposite. I have a movie that
Okay,
You
everyone likes.
mentioned it,
You know, after
like
Reef
in the beginning of this
everyone liked-
podcast.
I
Which
hate
one?
Yeah.
Justice League.
Yeah, but Zack Snyder Justice League.
Yes, that still stands.
That one got good reviews though.
Did it?
Yeah, I got 71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh
Like how
my
you remember
God.
that.
We get our Rotten Tomatoes here. What about like Man of Steel or I like Man of Steel.
Okay, yeah, no.
Man of Steel
Batman
was
v
good.
Superman. People hate Batman
Nah,
v
I liked
Superman,
it.
but I love that movie. I think it's so much more, and people.
I only like it
just
for the
don't-
shot that looks like.
I really
Dark
just
Knight.
didn't like Jesse
Rises,
Eisenberg.
where he's like-
That was the only part of the film I really, at least remember. I haven't seen it since
Okay,
it came out, but
I
just remember
ignored the
didn't like
Jesse Eisenberg performance.
He was the only thing about that film I didn't enjoy. Maybe I have to rewatch it, but as far as I remember, that's the only part of that film I didn't enjoy.
But I love Batman v Superman. I like the realistic politics of it, but I like what they did with Batman because people hate that Batman, but it's like, okay, this Batman actually seems realistic because
He's
at a
scary.
certain point he's
Scary
gonna
as fuck.
kill somebody,
Yeah.
and he does in Batman v Superman.
Let's talk about Batman 2022.
What?
Fucking love that movie.
Oh, the Batman.
Anyone who
Robert
thinks I'm
Pattinson?
pretentious,
Ooh.
I'm a fan of the Batman 2022 film. I really enjoyed that film.
It's alright.
We'll talk about it, Devin.
I don't know. It's alright.
It's
It's not bad. It's not. I mean, it's not bad. No, it's not bad. It's great. Like
I thought
there's
it-
shots in it that are beautiful, but like it just didn't hit with me.
Mm.
Same with the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. They're great, but everyone just meat rides the hell out of those movies.
Hells yes, I do.
A movie that
I'll ride those movies all night long.
a movie I cannot stand is a shitty looking film. If
What does
I'm
that
gonna
mean?
watch a movie, I want
Yeah.
it to look good.
What does that mean?
Like the
pretty
cinematography.
obvious.
Oh, okay.
Like the visual effects, I guess. I do not want this movie to look like shit. I guess it's the Marvel movies. Those Marvel movies just look like shit. Absolute shit. I like the Batman because it actually looks good. The color grading's amazing. The camera work is cool. the visual effects look believable.
I actually was reading this morning about there's like a strike going on about visual effects.
Character though, like so, I mean, you kind of have to make the visual effects.
Yeah, but they like use that in like the story because I remember watching the Avengers, which I'm gonna blame this more on Joss Whedon because I don't fucking like him. But I remember watching the Avengers film, and even as a kid, the film just looked so boring. There's no. Like it looks so
it,
I know what you mean. I know
I
it looks so boring. Like
it looks
dude,
colorless too.
Yeah, it's so colorless, and like I remember Guardians of the Galaxy was the first Marvel film that actually had color grading in it. Like I feel like that's when they discovered that color grading was a thing. Was when James Gunn got involved. But like beyond that, Marvel never really cared about how their films really looked, and especially after I feel okay saying that after reading this morning about a lot of visual effects artists sort of quitting Marvel and going on strike against a lot of stuff happening because apparently Marvel, well, not very much a surprise, but a lot of visual effects artists that worked for Marvel are now going against Marvel because of the working conditions and shit. So I guess it makes sense why the films don't always look the best. But
yeah,
I don't know how you guys notice these things. Like for me, like when I see, like I'm the type of person that watches movies, and I don't know. I don't.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
there's nothing wrong with doing that.
I'm just like, how do you guys notice these things? Because
do you watch it with your glasses on?
Yeah, I watch it with my glasses. Yeah, but
I have special lenses. Is the thing.
Special lenses. Okay, guys. But like, how do you guys notice? I mean, does you have an eye for it, or like?
I noticed that like sometimes the CGI is bad, but I also keep in mind like, one, they got like a time limit for this crap. Mm. Two, some of the stuff that they do in Marvel movies, especially, is some really like out of pocket. You can't really do half this shit in like practically, like you know you probably could, but like it probably take a while. So I keep that in mind, and that's why it doesn't really bother me as much. I just like seeing the fact that this story is on the screen and I'm like watching it. Cause
so you appreciate that it's there, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that it's
okay.
there. I don't care how the hell it looks, like color grading, whatever. Like the Avengers, the first Avenger film. I mean, granted, I was like what. When did that one come out?
2010
10?
or something.
I was like, like 7. And, you know, watching it, you're just like, holy shit. Like, Hulk's right there, Iron Man's right there, Cap's right there. So, like...
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I guess when it came out the first time I ever watched it, like, I didn't really notice it. But, like, as I got older, I'd be like, oh, hold on, why does it look like that? Because...
I don't rewatch them, bro.
And I think it's for me and Reif, it's because we've experienced... more films in that way. We've maybe, but like we've like opened our palette to different things, and so when we go back and watch films like this, it's noticeable because there is an art of film. There's an art.
Say my palette's small.
No, but I'm saying like like have you seen like.
No,
I'm trying to think about it. I don't want to sound fucking pretentious, man.
You sound pretentious.
No, what like foreign films have you seen? Like name a list of like the foreign films you've seen.
Foreign films.
The Platform.
I know you have.
Y'all watch Bollywood?
Bollywood shit. Hey,
bro, that's something so
Marvel,
funny.
Dude.
That shit is so funny. It's out of pocket.
And I guess like what I can relate to, I know we're both. I know like all three of us here. I don't know about Rents, but I know for a fact that the three of us here are like really big comic book fans.
No, I'm not.
And the thing about relating to the thing about seeing stories brought to screen, and I think we've had different experiences with this because as I've gotten older and I grew up with these films, watching these stories I love so much put on screen, my love for comics has been killed in a way by seeing these films. So maybe it's my love of film that kind of plays into it as well, but like I love film and I also love comics. I love stories. I have a collection of comics and graphic novels that I grew up reading and I still read, but just watching these films growing up, a lot of it's kind of died because I've seen it play out in that way. And I don't know why my experience with it was so different from, like, not just yours, like, you're in the majority here. Like, I'll admit that, like, you're very much the majority here in that standard. But, like, for me, a lot of my passion for comics has died from seeing these films on the big screen.
And I think another example I want to bring up is why the Avengers films look crap to me. Like, a great cinematographer is Roger Deakins. And when you watch a Roger Deakins film, if you watch a movie that genuinely looks jaw-dropping, it's just, the scenery is just so beautiful, and then you watch a movie like The Avengers, it's like, whoa, there's like,
whoa,
there's sleek contrast there. Like, I just, you can just notice the contrast of like what looks good and what looks bad, and it's almost like a drawing, I guess, like because
you gotta take into account of the scale. Like the Avengers movies, they're supposed to be like huge, like come together, like holy shit, like
Okay,
like,
but with the Avengers movie, if it had a budget of $200 million, it could have looked so much better. That's my problem with it. Versus a Chloe Zhao movie. Chloe Zhao movies are like $1 million, I think barely $1 million or even less of a budget, and they still look incredible. And then I watch a movie like The Avengers, and it just looks like shit. So that it's just like, I noticed that because I've seen so many films that I notice what looks good and what looks bad. So like, if I watch a good looking movie and then I watch a bad looking movie, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I see the difference.
Yeah, but like, they also have different focus. So like, some directors, they focus on like the cinematography, and then others just like focus on like whatever the hell. I don't know what Marvel really focuses on, but
I know what Marvel focuses on.
Duh. But like you could kind of tell, So like, I don't know how you make like a ton of fucking people come through portals look fucking amazing, but like.
Well, you look at a film like Blade Runner 2049, which
love that movie.
Very expansive film, but because it's in the hands of a great director, an incredible cinematographer, it is one of the most beautiful looking films, like not of just this last decade, but of all time. Granted, it doesn't have the Hulk showing up out of a portal in it, but it has like a. You've seen Blade Runner 2049, right?
What have you?
No, I have not. I don't know why. I've just.
Have you not noticed? I don't watch anything.
Keita's been telling me to watch it, and I'm like, I see it like, isn't it on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it on Netflix. I'm like, I should watch this.
It's really.
And I'm like,
great film.
Yeah.
Granted,
I know it looks good because I've seen like clips, and it looks. Oh my god, it looks so cool. But like. I don't know.
Warning, you do have to think during the film. It's not a film you can turn your head off.
You think I just turn off my brain when I look at fucking movies? No.
Well, that's another thing about movies. Like thinking, I don't really like. I like a movie where a line from the movie Tenet, don't try to understand it, feel it. I like a movie where I can just feel it, like experience it. Like I just like, I don't have to think, and I'm just watching something beautiful, like something that like makes me feel good.
I actually really agree with that. Like a film that came out last year was Licorice Pizza.
No Way Home. No.
You're gonna make this guy.
No, I'm fine. It's just like,
bro, that would.
Paul Thomas Anderson released the film at the same time No Way Home came out, but it's called Licorice Pizza, and one of the biggest criticisms of that film was that it had no real plot, and. I absolutely love that film because of the fact that I didn't care that it had no plot. In fact, I felt what was trying to be conveyed. I've sat in that theater. I watched PTA create this beautiful world of characters, and I felt it. And in that regard, films don't always need plots if you have that feeling conveyed, if you have that emotion shown. Then you don't always need to run with a plot, which goes to that feeling. It comes from a... Brenson was one of the earliest filmmakers to say this. It says that he wishes people would feel films before they understand. And he said to put emotions over thinking or something, which makes a lot of sense for like these films. Then there are the other films where you have to turn your head off completely, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, but me personally, one person opinion is that I don't get a lot of enjoyment from those.
Yeah. Well, I think we've talked a lot about film, Renz, but I think a deeper subject we should get into is loneliness.
No, we want to talk about films.
Do you want to get into loneliness?
Well, I think they want to talk about film, so let's continue talking. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Because I was gonna say like probably the disconnect between like how y'all see movies and how like I see movies, because like I like drawing and I like reading comic books because I'm like seeing the art and seeing like different styles of comic book writers and illustrators, and then reading the story, because usually I don't know, I read comics weird. I look at all the pictures first and then I go back and read the story. So pretty much. So like seeing like I don't know, when I was watching Batman versus Superman, I like that movie because like there's a lot of scenes where it's like that looks like a comic book, like so it's like I'm just like wow. And
Batman v Superman looks like a graphic novel. Like,
yeah.
Every
shot
shot
for shot, yeah.
You could just think
like a Frank Miller story or something.
Mm-hmm. Or like the Marvel films, like I don't care that they don't look great or that they're directed sloppy or whatever. But like just seeing that, I'm like, I could see that in a comic book, and I could like image in my brain that like that could like happen on a page or like this and like that. So like I'm not really caring about the cinematography or like the way that it's shot or like all that stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There's
Well, I
no
guess.
copy.
Are there any films that like? I guess regarding loneliness, is there any like
Her.
films? Yeah, her. Like, is there? Have you ever watched a film that made you feel lonely or that made you think
Blade
of
Runner
loneliness?
2049.
Yeah.
You know, the reason why I brought up a long time we were talking about like how you could also talk about like shows. Master of None.
Master of None.
You showed me that show, and I just consider that also a film. Like I just whatever has
I mean,
has
yeah,
a video.
TV shows.
Yeah, that's I just consider that film, and like
skits.
watching skits or whatever kind of it's translated through video. Like Master of None was that show for me. Like that showed me how lonely life could be. Like there was a specific scene that I think Brody showed me. It's the fig tree. It talked
Great
about how you have so much figs on a tree, right? And you could, if you pick one, then you lose the rest. But if you wait it out and you don't choose one, then all the figs dry up and they die, and then you're left with no figs.
Wait,
and then like I don't.
It's from that Slip Through Your Past, the bell
clip?
jar. No, you could explain it, man. So like, okay, so it's a metaphor for like you're sitting in front of a fig tree.
Yeah.
And all these fig trees represent a future or a relationship or people.
trees.
Yeah. And so there's a bunch of figs that you're staring at,
Figs,
and you want
trees.
so many,
There's only one
figs.
fig tree.
but you can only choose one.
Yeah.
If you choose one, the rest are gone
Why can I only choose one?
because that's just how life
Because
is.
it's like relationships. Like if you have a relationship, if you
Oh, okay.
Like
So it's relating to that. Okay. that
But
makes
if you
sense.
just wait
I was
and
gonna
not
say, bro, I'll
choose,
just cut
it'll
that
wait.
shit down.
I'll take all the figs. I'll shake that tree.
man,
and
I didn't
was
think
like-
about that.
I was like, I was okay. It's relating to that. That makes sense.
Yeah. Like if you had one person, like you can't pick all the figs. You can only pick one.
Some people can. They try
I mean,
to.
yeah, some people get away with picking a few figs, but for
I
me,
don't know if they get
what
away
figs
with
are.
it.
I want one fig.
I
You
don't
know
know.
what figs are?
What's a fig?
It's just like
Like
a
a little
fruit.
fruit,
It's like a little fruit. I mean, it's the different. You could change it to apple. It doesn't matter. But the
Yeah, it
metaphor,
is.
Reef.
it is.
Yeah, you could
Alright,
change it to an
sorry,
apple
this is
tree.
too
You can
too
do it
complex
for
for
an
me, guys.
Just turn your head off. Don't
It's
think
just an apple. It could be an apple tree, or it could be any. It's
It's
just
a comic book tree, Reef.
Huh?
But that show showed me how, because at the time I was just like pretty lonely. I was just like, man, this perfectly explains like what it feels like, and it's just having so much like options, but you're too afraid of picking one because you're stuck with that one person or that one fig that you just end up not choosing one.
I think, as
Okay,
Brody
I get
said
what
earlier,
you're saying. I was
if
like-
any of you have watched the movie Her, it's pretty much about this guy lonely, about after post-divorce, and he has no one. And I watched that movie, and sometimes I relate to him, where I feel like him, where I'm living this life where, yeah, I have a job, I play video games or whatever, but I feel empty because I don't have anyone to share my life with, and I feel like that almost every day, and that's why I watched that movie, not to make myself feel more lonely, but to sort of relate, I guess. But I don't know, that movie always makes me think.
Was
like,
it called Her?
Her?
Yeah.
Yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Never seen it.
And I guess when it comes
It's a good
to
movie.
lately, I've been feeling lonely. Just ever since school ended.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, I've been on vacation.
I have no one to. I shared my life with my peers, with the other students.
Yeah.
But now that I'm an adult,
You kind of just left on your own.
yeah. And
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from going to see your friends. I mean, we went friggin' roller skating.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's definitely
Yeah.
it's not the same as
It's not
like
the
going
same.
constantly to school.
Yeah,
and seeing
true.
them,
because I think friends are like not necessarily temporarily, but it's like they can't always be there for me because they have their own lives. So
Yeah.
that's why I get lonely, and I wish that I had a partner to share a life with, And so whenever I watch that movie, Her, it gets me thinking like, man, I really wish I had a partner because like I really want to spend my life with somebody. I think it would just be perfect, showing her all the films that I want to watch with her, and the films that I want to make and show her. And
She runs away.
yeah, she walks away. She's like, sorry, I only date good filmmakers like Scorsese.
I'm scared.
But yeah, that and like loneliness being one of the topics. That was something that I just really wanted to share. It's just like it sucks not having to share your life with somebody. Like obviously there are people who are content by themselves and they love themselves. But the thing is, I don't have much love for myself. So that's why I wish I had a partner to share my life with, because you know I don't know, but it just like I think it'd feel nice, you know. So yeah.
Do you think having a partner is gonna fulfill that, or because I've heard that like
you gotta love yourself before you love someone else.
That too, but that you get the other person's not burden, but like their trauma
luggage.
too, their luggage as well when you go in a relationship. So I don't know if it really fixes it, but like, you know,
I don't know because I've never had a girlfriend, but it's just I'm spending ever since high school. Like now that high school's done, I've been spending more and more time by myself, and I'm starting to get annoyed. Like I'm done just being with myself. Like I want to hang out with somebody. I need to be with somebody. I need to talk to somebody. I can't just talk to myself the rest of my life. So it's just like I wish I had a partner so I can just somebody to talk to, I guess. Somebody to listen to me and have fun with me. So yeah.
See, like another movie that kind of gets the same feel was another. Brody keeps showing me movies. This seems to be a correlation.
It's as if I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
Oh, yeah, Brody.
Just
but what is it?
I'm not pretentious.
Was it the divorce
okay.
one? Brody, what's the divorce one?
Marriage Story.
Marriage Story. Yeah,
I love that one.
I love Marriage Story.
That's a good movie.
Like I'm having like my friends show me like movies because I didn't grow up watching movies like that. I watched like one horror movie back when I was like 5, and I was Chainsaw Massacre, and I was too scared to watch anything else. So that kind of stopped me from watching.
What?
Yeah, Chainsaw Massacre scared me because my dad put
Hey,
it up
I'm
when I
doing a
was
video
young.
on that.
You did?
I'm doing a video on that
Oh,
film,
that's
bro.
what's up. That's what's up. Well, that movie traumatized me because, well, not traumatized, but it just stopped me from like enjoying horror movies because I
can't show you fucking horror movies.
Yeah, because
What? You can't?
No, I can't.
Bro, what? I don't know.
it's just not-
Horror
Pussy.
movies don't scare me, bro.
This is how I grew up.
I
My
desensitized.
Chainsaw Massacre was the Halloween franchise. I always thought Michael Myers was in my closet and was gonna.
He still scares me to say
Yeah.
that fucking
What?
mask. I don't know why.
I don't know.
Like-
I'm just desensitized.
I love those
to horror
movies,
movies. I'm
but
like,
I still feel.
I
fear.
see it like coming. I'm like, it's just not scary. Just like rip up.
In the strangest way, like I used to be like that. I used to be so desensitized to things until I got a partner, and now I feel more fear than recently. Like I noticed I rewatched films I watched like freshman year or something that used to do nothing to me. Now I'm like, why the fuck why was I able to watch that shit? Like
Why
now
is
I
that?
can't like.
Do you know?
I don't know why. I guess it's just like a psychological thing or something. Now that I have like more, I don't know, but like I can't. I feel more. I guess I don't want to sound like that. You know, I don't want to be like I feel emotion. Like it's.
What
I don't
the
know.
fuck's
Like,
wrong with that? Would it be
no,
a
it's like
robot?
I just
Damn, bro.
no, it's like I just
I don't
I
feel
want to
shit.
sound cheap. Okay, then maybe that's it. I feel more emotions now, but like I don't know. Like I can't watch. I can still watch, but I can't. It's different from how it was back then. Like if I watch a film now, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween, I like those are fun, but like I can't watch a film like Henry the
I was
Portrait
like
of a
5
Serial Killer or
guys. Give me a
something.
break.
Nah, I'm like Chucky used to scare me when I was like 4.
I never watched that.
4,
I didn't watch that.
and then I actually watched it and I got over it and I was like, okay.
Maybe I just need to
Like,
watch
it's a
Texas
fucking,
Massacre.
It's a
We'll
doll.
watch it together. I'll show you it. Dude.
Nah, it's
we'll
too
watch it.
scary.
No, I'll be with you.
I'm not gonna watch
No,
it.
It's
hold
so
your
good.
hand.
I'll hold your hand.
I'm not gonna watch it.
It's such a good.
Cuddle
film.
with you. Kidding.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Maybe then.
Maybe that.
But
Okay, what were you
just
going on
gonna-
about Marriage Story though?
No,
Yeah,
I don't know why that when we talked about like loneliness, I don't know why the Marriage Story came up to my mind because I might forget like the whole plot, but like they it seems
Divorce
so
is called
good.
Marriage Story.
It seems so good, but then things just don't work out. I don't fully remember it, but I don't know why that movie popped in my head. I'm guessing it relates.
I really
Popped in my head.
enjoy that scene in that film where Adam Driver does that, like his little singing moment where he's singing that song, and that kind of relates to what Reif was saying about having a life with a partner or something. And that's kind of like, I really love that scene because in that one scene you kind of figure out what the whole film's about. It's about even if you don't always agree on things, and like that whole song he was singing was about how like this person is always in your life, nagging at you, annoying you, but like it's so much better than if you're like in your house alone or something. Mm-hmm. And that's why I always loved that film and that scene alone where he's singing that song.
Devin, do you have a film at all that like makes you get lonely or like a
feel
film about
lonely?
Feeling lonely? I guess?
Dang. Oof. The animated Hercules.
Really?
But, well, yeah, like
Okay.
low key, just a little bit, but like until like.
Why is that?
Cause like Hercules, I don't know. It just I watched that movie and I'm just like, damn.
Is Hercules lonely or whatever? Or?
No, it's just I don't know. I just watched
I like
the movie.
that song that one girl
and then I'm
sings.
just like,
What scene? What was the? Is there a specific scene that you remember, or is it just like a?
I won't say. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's a good
Meg
song.
sings a song. Bro.
What
That's a
was
good
singing?
song.
What is it?
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm gonna sing the
fucking
song.
sing
you
it.
fucking
It's about
crazy.
like I want to say I'm
What
in
is
love
it?
and shit.
Yeah. Damn, bro.
What is it?
Yeah, have you even seen the movie?
I don't remember.
Haven't you took like
I
music class in like
Yeah,
elementary
like
school?
elementary, like that was like
Yeah,
one of the
well,
movies
yeah,
we watch
but-
all the time.
That or
that's
Sound
not
of Music.
in the
That's not
beginning.
what we did. We didn't watch movies for music class.
West
Yeah,
Park.
West
West Park was just
Park.
better.
Well, I don't know if it was better, but it was very unhinged.
Yeah.
I still coming to terms with West Park and the trauma.
That's for a different episode.
That's
We'll
that
get
school's
the
whack.
We'll get the whole crew.
No, you
No, I don't want. No,
Oh, on
I
this
don't want to do
couch?
that.
Nah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. Hercules doesn't really get me feeling lonely. I don't really think there's a movie that makes me feel lonely because I watch movies.
Do you ever feel lonely?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's moments, but like then I'm like I like wake up. I'm just like there's like no time for that. At least for
You
me,
came
there's
to
like
terms with feeling lonely.
like
Coming to terms.
yeah. I mean, like having someone to talk to would be nice, right? Like yeah, like but. It's
You just
just
seem very just like desensitized to just like I don't know how to explain it, but like emotions. I don't know.
Nah.
That's what it is.
but like I don't know when after I like get home from like going to the gym or like I'm done playing like Xbox or practicing, then I get home and I'm just like I just pick up my guitar and then like I'm like playing and then there'd be like a moment I'm just like, damn bro, like I don't want to hit up like you or like Brody and like bother y'all because like y'all got lives, right? And
No, you gotta
y'all
be
are
like,
busy.
hey, you up right now? Send me that text at 4.
Y'all are busy. Same with like Keenan or Angel or like any other like person I know. I don't really want to bother you. So like I'm just gonna keep to myself. So like in that case, yeah, I would feel a little lonely. But then I'm be like, man, like pick up a pencil, like draw, go do something, go outside, like occupy my mind. Like I don't really acknowledge the fact that like I'm feeling lonely.
So you kind of like push it aside or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
you
like-
just you don't have time to feel lonely. Like,
Yeah, there's
never
other-
time.
Or
there's
you just
bigger-
you just put loneliness on a side and you just focus on
There's-
something else.
Yeah, there's like bigger for
Don't got
me. There's
time.
like bigger things that in
I kind
mind.
of like that. You don't waste your time feeling
Yeah,
bad
so,
about
like,
yourself.
Yeah, cause like.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it gonna do? And
Right.
like you're just gonna
True.
like you just sit there and you're just like, damn. Like,
You're either
Like-
just
Yeah,
lay
like-
there
like,
and
True,
move.
you either
Like,
just
damn, I
feel
would-
bad about it
like-
or you just do something about it.
yeah, like I'm like, damn, like
either
low-key
drown or
wish-
keep swimming.
low-key wish I was still in a relationship, but like
you just keep going.
I'm like, yeah, I mean, whatever. It's like now I got like time for me, like
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean it'd just be nice to have someone there.
Mhm.
True, but just go along, I guess. Roll with the punches.
What are these outlets that you go to? I know you said guitar is one of them, but
Yeah, I
what
just
other
play
stuff,
guitar.
What other stuff do you get your mind out for that?
Probably read.
Read.
Yeah, I read graphic novels or just books that I found at home. Like we have like a closet we just throw
Really?
crap in. I open it up. I'm like, look at the top shelf. I'm like, what the hell is this? Grab it, like read it. And
What's the last book you read?
it was this book about like, I don't know. My dad bought it for some reason. It was like a double page book on like this Zen stuff, like feeling like in the moment, but I don't know. It was just weird.
Like meditation? Like
In a
Zen,
sense,
Chin?
yeah, in a sense, like where like there's you can like switch where you're like in focus, And, like,
Oh, okay.
Everything's like calm, peace, and it was like a 2-sided book for like dudes and like girls. I was like, why the hell would he have this? Throw it back on the shelf.
Okay.
And then another outlet would be like, I draw, so I'd like, I don't know, go on my computer, just look up like some reference pictures and just draw it different.
Oh, okay.
Or go outside and ride a bike.
Ride a bike.
Yeah, like be out in the sun.
Throw a rock.
True, it's better than just being inside.
Better being inside with the 4 walls that I have to look at all the time. Like,
True.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, Devin. I don't think a lot of people are like you, where they're just like, yeah, let me just do something else. I think a lot of people feed
People
into
are
the.
weak.
Yeah, I'd say I'm one of those people too.
Weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, during school it was a lot easier because like I had y'all, like you know, I had Angel, I had Caleb, I had Bailey, I had Keenan. Like,
But now
you know,
it's just,
y'all were like there like all the
yeah.
time. I can't wait for lunch because like I get to sit with the homies. Besides like the second half of senior year, because like everyone had like fucking home period and then it kind of dipped. So it was just like 3 of us. We were just like like that, like damn. But like now, summer over. We're adults now, so we got a lot of things that we have to like fucking plan out or like look forward to or like think about.
Do you think it's be different at GCU?
I don't know.
You go to GCU?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, possibly, right?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly.
But I don't think it's gonna be different because I'm really not trying to make friends at GCU. I'm just trying to just get there, get my shit.
That's kind of what I'm doing
like,
too.
I kind of already got my friends. I got like y'all, you know, right? So I'm like I'm cool. I kind of don't need anyone new. Okay. I'm kind of cool with that. So, yeah. And then
Rents is trying to do that at ASU.
I just want to experience the world.
Yeah.
I just want to meet like just a bunch of new people and just not saying like the people I have now.
Want to whore around ASU?
But it's just that like I just want to experience new people and meet new people and see like just the outside world of outside of you know Buckeye. You know.
Yeah.
It's just something that interests me, and I enjoy like meeting people and getting to know people and seeing their past life. That's just something that I'm just interested in.
Past life.
Yeah. Past lives are like
what?
just their past.
yeah.
You gonna do that when you move in date? Hey, I got my vlogging camera. Now let's vlog about your past.
What kind of trauma do you have?
I'm not gonna do that. Okay, relax.
No, Rince, you have to.
No.
You're a vlogger.
I'm gonna continue the podcast through ASU. I already talked to my roommate about it.
Thanks,
Nice.
man.
Sorry, Reef.
Sorry, Reef. We've come to terms without
I'm living with the dude. I have to tell him.
I mean, but damn, that's right.
I'm living with. I have to
like
tell him.
process.
Can I live in your dorm? Can I just say I'm like?
Well, there's 2 rooms. Each room has 2 people. I'm obviously with one of the other dudes, but we have a living room, which would be cool if we set up like a podcast area. That's thinking about
And
it.
Set up.
I can just sleep on
That'd be
the
dope.
couch or whatever.
If my roommates allow it, yeah.
Shit, what do y'all do when y'all get lonely? Like, y'all even like try to like fucking forget about it or positive
Right.
I mean,
Right.
don't you?
Right.
Anyway, but like,
Film, honestly.
Yeah, let's start with
my
watch
graphic
film
design.
and shit.
It's actually that's why I was like so attached to talk about loneliness today because I keep feeling lonely ever since high school ended. It's like a part of me. It's like I keep living in the past,
you want a tissue?
and I feel alone.
Okay.
Gonna cry?
Cool.
I'm kidding. No, but I keep feeling lonely, and it's like so. I had a temporary phase where I was just like fucking like crying every day, but nowadays, honestly, I'm trying to a way that I'm not feeling lonely right now is doing this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, if I can, I'll record every night if I have to, and not to feel lonely. Then yeah.
Until you have to get a camera first, but
Because he's got to
I
supply.
still need to get a camera.
I mean, shit, do it with your phone. You
A
can do it.
film camera.
You can do anything with
That's
all
true.
this shit, I mean, especially now. Like phones can do so much. But
Make
you just
a
gotta have the
movie.
heart for it. You gotta have the drive to
Marvel
do it.
movie?
Yeah, an iMovie.
iMovie?
They look the same.
iMovie, Marvel? Don't know the difference.
what other outlets, Reef?
I'm just friends. Like, friends are my biggest escape of just feeling lonely. Like, if I need to hang out with my closest friends, and I stop feeling that way, and it's just like I start to realize, hey, I'm okay, I'm here, and it's whatever. This feeling will pass. So I'm not like Devin where I'm be like, fuck off. I'm gonna go fucking throw some balls or whatever outside.
I do not do that.
I do not
bike around.
He said
Yeah,
bike.
I just bike around.
Bike
Or
around.
go
My
drive.
bad.
Just
Yeah.
sometimes I just go in my car and just like put on some music, put on my sunglasses, put down all the windows, and just drive.
Or work. I go to work a lot. I would just like, fuck, if I'm not doing anything, just,
Oh, I feel like that's horrible though. Like going
Yeah.
to work just to dude. Don't use work as just find something, man.
But the cool thing about my job is like, I like the people there where
Okay,
it's
then
just
that-
like I'm
then-
talking to them.
Then that's different.
Because it's not, because my job at the pool, like, they're people I like, but when I was working at Fry's, that was not a good escape. That was
Yeah, I
just
thought you
purely
were
for the
still working
money.
at Fry's. I forgot you said.
There's
you
some
quit
cool
your-
people at Fry's. I made cool people at Fry's.
Yeah.
I say hi to them, and that's about it.
Hey, who do you hang out with there?
I don't hang out with no one.
No one?
No, I know. It's just I feel like
don't
no
know.
one. It's just that I feel comfortable like just being. I don't talk to them, but I feel like I don't know.
Just
I
there.
feel comfortable. I guess it's like a survival technique that I got to kind of do. You know, after working there for so long, I just kind of I enjoy their company. They try to talk to me. I'd be like, yeah,
Shut the
no.
fuck.
So I come sometimes I want to, but like I enjoy.
Just
them.
do it. You won't.
I'm not. Yeah, you're right.
Is
I won't.
is it people, is it,
Hey,
like,
Brody,
is
fuck
it the
up.
teenagers or the adults that you talk to?
It's adults. I like they're
Yeah.
cool.
Nah, that'd be sick.
It's
So
like,
you really what?
Guys,
What?
we do have to start wrapping the discussion up.
You said there ain't no
because
fucking time.
Sadly, the camera's gonna die.
The
unless-
audio gonna
Oh, your little camera that
Yeah,
you
your
were so
vlogging
proud
camera,
about.
You know what? The audio isn't gonna die, so we can continue the conversation there. But we would just lose the video. I just wanted to win.
Hey,
Oh,
Filmber went through that before.
Hey, just put like pictures up with shit.
no,
I got
Prince
you, I
actually-
got you.
he's got a point.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta think
I just-
about YouTube.
Nah, it's-
Well, it'll be
Yeah.
fine.
It'll be fine.
I'll just put.
I was gonna
Keep
say.
going. Keep going. Sorry. I just
Edit-
Editing will
feel
take
like-
care of the fat.
Intermissions.
Reef, you really feel like lonely after like we've graduated? Because
Honestly, yeah, like I
Cause,
miss
like,
high
low-key-
school. I don't know why, but I miss.
wanted to get out of there. Woo!
I did too. I'm kind of in the middle of that. Like I would not go back. I would never go back. But I miss, like, my two closest friends, Jason and Hannah. I see them like once a week now. You know, like I used to see them. It's because it is different. You know, from seeing them every day
Yeah.
to seeing them once a week to seeing them once every 2 weeks. It's like, it takes a toll eventually. Sometimes, like I would never go back to that like living, and I'm glad I'm out. But like, it is, you know, it gets
It's just different.
yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, no,
takes a bit to
it
get
is.
used to.
I
Yes.
relate to what Brody says. Like I just miss seeing those people every day and hanging out with those people every day.
Yeah, true.
The fucking test and the bullshit education.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
miss that. But like
I
it's the
slept
people I'm
senior year. I pretty much slept through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, no, I miss seeing
Love
the
each
people
other.
like every day. But like,
That's true. That's something
I kind of got like
That's-
over it.
That's something I took advantage of. Just like being so accessible to everyone else.
Social
and then,
bird.
You know, just
You
seeing everyone
everybody.
else. Okay, well.
You do everybody. Everybody do Reds.
Okay.
You
All
say
right,
rents, and you're
all
like,
It was
oh, I
always
know rents.
sad, kind of going out with you, rants, or going to like
Oh.
school functions with you, because it'd be like everyone, like I would be right next to you
Oh
or something, like everyone would be like, Rance, what's up, Rance? Hi, Rance.
And you get pushed
And
out.
yeah,
a little bit.
you know,
You're
it's
like,
kind of
my
the side and
God.
shit.
can't blame you though. You
Yeah, I don't blame her. Like it's rent. Like it's like I get it. You know, it's like walking next to Jesus or something. I get it.
relax.
Chill. Okay. Not Jesus. Okay.
No, you're Jesus.
You're Jesus.
Sorry, I'm Jesus.
No.
But yeah.
Damn.
You're going to hell now, Rance. You admitted it.
Damn sorry.
Nah, see, like I don't miss school. I don't know. Senior year, the second half of senior
I
year
think
was
what you
kinda,
said is 4-year contract up. Didn't you say that?
Oh yeah,
My 4-year
my
contract.
4-year contract is up.
Yeah, that was.
That was
I thought
it.
that was funny.
But like
Yeah.
that, like the freaking freshman year for me, freshman year for me was fun. It was nice. It was cool. Sophomore year was nice. Then COVID kind of like a fucking skipped. So and then senior year first half was fun. Second half I was like I'm ready to go. And then after we graduated, I did feel like a little like lonely for a second. I was like, damn, I'm not gonna see these people on the regular.
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
But then I was
Remember-
like, well, they're always there if I need something. I can just call it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not really worried about it as much as I was. Like, I was like, shit, like, what am I going to do? But now I got, like, all my other freaking 8 hours free. Like, hell.
I thought that was funny what you said. It was basically freshman. I started out freshman, ended so freshman year, to senior year, like the sophomore and junior year were non-existent. It was
Yeah, pretty much. Like
Yeah.
sophomore year, the first half was like, oh yeah, that was fun, and the second half was like, brr, like what the fuck.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it was like,
COVID, the
yeah,
pandemic.
COVID happened
Yeah,
like
yeah.
right there and there. I remember like being in
Junior
Mr.
year,
Epley class,
non-existent.
and then it was like spring break. I was like, awesome, we get another week, cool.
I know. I
We
was
get
so
another,
happy.
awesome. Okay, this shit's a little too long. Like,
Yeah, like, when are we
fuck's
gonna come
going on?
back?
And then we didn't come back for a whole year, and I was like, damn.
Did you guys decide to stay? I can't remember if you guys decided to stay, but for junior, did you decide to stay online or did you?
Oh, no,
I needed to go back.
I wanted to. I needed to go back, but that was.
I
Like,
stayed online.
I went for a
went-
week.
nah, I
stayed
couldn't. I could not stay in my room, dude. I was going crazy.
I
But now,
love
like
it.
now, I could stay in my room now. Like I'm kind of cool now staying in my room.
College, I'll do college at home and just like go
Yeah.
film some stuff. So.
It was
like,
such an
nah, I
opposite
can-
experience for me, the whole thing.
What?
Because, like, freshman year was not good for me,
Mm.
and sophomore year was a little worse until the, like, last, like, the ending of the first semester of sophomore year is when my life started looking better. Then
Mhm.
quarantine hit, and it actually was for... I don't know, in those situations, you always have to think about the positives. And for me, what quarantine did was help me realize how, like, I don't know the right
Show
word
to
for
the
it,
camera.
how,
Show to the camera.
Can you even see
What
that,
is it?
bro? I just,
What?
It's just Brody. It's you.
That was
yes,
you?
that
That
was
was
me.
it, that
Like,
was it.
Wow.
so much has changed from freshman me to the me sitting here on this couch, and
Yeah.
for the better,
Yeah.
really. And I think quarantine was a big part of that because I really just had to sit back and really think about the people I was spending time with the person I was becoming, and like
Mm.
during quarantine, being
Did you feel
alone with
lonely
myself,
Quite.
I did
Quarantine?
feel lonely, but it was like I'm glad I did because I had no one to see but myself, and I had to really see myself. I had to really look in the mirror and be like, I don't want to fucking be around this person. I fucking hate who I am.
Mhm.
I hate the things I like stand for and shit. So I changed, and I lost a lot of friends during quarantine, but I'm really glad I did. And now I'm like, I feel a lot better. Senior year was probably my best year of high school because I was finally me. I was like, that was senior year was the only year of high school where I was me. Like I was a Brody. I felt who I was. I wasn't changing, or I wasn't pretending to be someone else just to please, to hang around people. I was finally able to just be out there as who I am. And but again, I really want to go back, but I'm glad I'm glad I felt that loneliness, because again, when you're put in those situations, you really got to just take the positives out. You got to do the best in those situations, and I'm glad what came out of that situation is what came out of it.
True, because like a lot of people in quarantine, like it's either like you got better or you just got kind of worse, if that makes sense. Like
Some people got worse.
yeah, some people just it kind of
And
just
some
fed
people didn't
in,
even change.
They just yeah, you're right.
Some people change shape.
Yeah, that's true. But it was just different, It was just like
We got a little wider.
some people just improved, some people didn't. It's just like I don't know. It's just being by yourself, being isolated. Just didn't. So it kind of worked out for Brody because he got to see, but I don't know how much other people are the exact same.
I would just say the pandemic made me more mature.
That's true.
I don't know. Pandemic drove me crazy.
Mhm.
I like inside my room, bro. I
All
just
did
went.
was watch
Movies.
movies.
I was on Warzone. I was just on my Xbox, and then when I'd get off, I'd just be like, "Damn, what the hell do I do?" But like, and then like, yeah, I felt lonely then, and then like I put shit off because I'd just be like this, like, on your edge of your bed, just like shit.
Yeah, sure.
But then like afterwards, I was like, fuck, I don't know. It's just somewhere along the line, things changed.
Yeah. Because everyone has their own experience with like quarantine and the pandemic, and it's something. It's weird because it's something that we all share. Like we all went through it. It's something that we all have our own experiences too.
Yeah.
I think that's been a frequent topic in our podcast, and I kind of like it though.
What?
Coming to terms.
No, the pandemic, and I think it shows it. It was such an obvious effect that we're still talking about it all the way up.
Oh
to
yeah, because it was
episode 7.
freaking huge. We
Yeah, I
gotta
don't
stay
think anyone's
inside for
gonna
like a whole
downplay the
fucking
thing,
it's
whole year, pretty much. Like, dude.
And if
No
you
one
go
expected
outside,
that.
you might get a fucking sickness. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was like it felt
It
like a
was- it was-
dystopia
it was-
for
it was-
sometimes.
surreal.
something new to all of us.
Yeah.
So
Do you think
it
we
was like, what the fuck?
overreacted to it?
I can't say
I don't
for
know.
sure
I don't
because
know.
like COVID did enter my house at one point, and I saw what it did to people, and so I was like,
Hey, we were COVID free for like whole year. Because my parents
Like,
were
I
like, hey, you
luckily
better
never
wear your
got it,
mask.
yeah.
And I was like, okay.
but like some people in my family did get it, and like I was like, I'm glad I took precautions, you know. And again, it's still kind of out there because my Theo just beat COVID like a week ago, so it's like
Keaton
it's
had
still
COVID.
out there, but it's like, I never had it, and I'm really hoping I
He's
still
knocked
never
on
get it.
plastic.
You know? Shit, where's the
Too late.
Yes, everybody.
Where's the what?
The wood.
where's the wood?
Oh shit.
Wood?
Wait, hold on.
What?
Never mind. Ray.
My bad.
God damn it, you fucking bastard.
You fucking bastard.
Oh my god. But loneliness. Psh, forget
No,
about it.
fuck
Well-
loneliness.
Do you guys, after this podcast, you know, Brody, do you come more to terms with the filming, with film? Do you think you come to terms with film, I guess?
Yeah, I come to film sometimes.
Yeah. No, do you come to terms with your perspective on film?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
What about you, Rance?
Yeah, and then I have no really.
You got homework.
I don't have much perspective
You
on
got
film.
homework to do.
Yeah, I got
you gotta
homework
watch
to
some
do.
Hey,
movies.
film
I get-
club.
True.
And you, Devin?
I'm just gonna keep. I don't know. I actually might take a look at Blade Runner.
It's
Okay.
definitely a
was.
film to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Probably like when I'm about to go to sleep. That's kind of when I remember the most. I'm just like,
And loneliness. Do you guys come to terms with how to deal with loneliness? Like, are
I
you
definitely
still
understand
working on
more.
lonely-
You know, I just
Yeah.
understand a little bit more in a different perspective. Like I never knew that Devin felt that way, and then Brody and
bro,
then
there's
you.
always time.
Yeah.
Especially after I get off Xbox, dude. Don't play video games to get away from like be feeling low.
Hey,
Dude,
the
video
Evil
games.
Dead game.
Video games suck, but I still play them. So
Well, I think this was a really good episode of.
Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for watching this episode of Film Brew,
Thank
guys.
you. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Where's the
god.
guitar at?
But thank you, Brody.
This was
Devin.
coming to terms.
Thank you. This was coming to terms with
I'll take a nap
loneliness
here, right?
and
Film.
film.
But on Spotify or whatever, are we gonna title it "Film and Loneliness" or
Yeah.
"Loneliness and Film"?
That's what I'm
We
doing.
should title it Film Brew.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
But thank you guys for listening. The video turned off, but
Yeah.
we're basically done. So
For the audio. Yeah. See you guys.
wubba lubba dub dub.
wait. Also,
Son of a bitch.
subscribe and
Son of a
follow all our socials, please.
Follow everything. If you
Follow
don't
Film
follow it,
Brew.
I'm gonna be in your closet.
True.
Well, no, not in the closet. I'm
No,
gonna be in your
not
kitchen.
even
I'm gonna
in
be in
the
your
closet.
kitchen. I'm gonna be in your
He
kitchen.
said
I'm
it.
gonna be in
Devin
the
said it. He'll be.
I'm gonna be in the
He's
No,
in
no,
the
no,
closet.
I'm gonna be in the
Man.
kitchen. I'm gonna
He
be
said
cooking
it.
up.
He
I'm
said
gonna
it.
be. I'm be cooking up with your mom.
This was
out.
coming to
I'm
terms.
gonna be cooking up with your mom.
Episode 7.
With your mama.
Nigga, I don't want your pity. I just want to love, but I'm way too busy. Rap moving up, I might come to your city. It's hot in the H, but my heart's still chilly. I just need a gram, some bread, and a quickie. If I ain't your man, I don't want no hickey. Right now I ain't shit, cause the road looks shitty. Been like that for months. I might roll a blunt and hit that shit once.
Well, I'm recording. I don't know. We're doing this podcast.